Not all clients are created equally, okay? Some businesses are better clients than others. But today, I'm sharing the industries of the businesses that are the best clients for social media marketing agencies. But before we get into that, make sure to like the video because it actually helps me with the YouTube algorithm and it helps me put more of these videos out for you every single week, and I really appreciate it. Now let's get back in the video. What people don't realize, especially when picking a niche that you want to work with, choosing the wrong niche can actually set you back more than whatever it is that you're providing, being your service. Number one, because campaigns don't do that well. If you don't have any product knowledge about the service or whatever it is that they're trying to sell, you're probably not going to do great, especially when it comes to social media. Number two, sometimes the budget doesn't stretch out far enough, okay? Maybe it be for ad spend, or the specific industry doesn't earn as much with every single job that you give them, so they can't necessarily pay you. And at the end of it all, you're feeling frustrated and wondering if what you're doing is actually working. But when you find the right industries, everything clicks. Clients are happy, you get results, there's more money in your back pocket, and you get to buy that McLaren that you wanted to. I'm just playing. So the question is, which clients are the right fit? So here's what works for me. Number one, at the tippity top is service-based businesses. We love them, we care for them. We want to go over for Christmas to see the moms of these businesses, okay? I'm talking about your plumbers, your electricians, your floors, your cleaning services. They basically thrive off of leads that they get by any means necessary. And in reality, with a strong campaign, you could basically change their life forever on a continuous basis. Because all that they're worried about is just making sure that their calendar is full. That's by optimizing your campaigns strictly for appointments. So on social media, you have three different ways in which that you can get clients for them. So it's essentially organic content, which is essentially compound interest to keep people in the know of their business being around in their specific area, especially with local businesses that give a service. This then leads to organic reach, which directly correlates to organic leads that would come through the door if their content strategy is optimized for making clients. Then we got paid ads on social media, which are absolutely the grand poobah of everything, which is essentially paid customers coming through the door looking for a specific problem of theirs to be solved by the service-based business that you are trying to help. So if it's a plumber, then you probably have an ad or a bunch of organic content for that specific plumber on the go, playing on their social media platforms, so that way people can see it and they basically sign up via a landing page or a lead form campaign where they can actually get their problem solved. And most importantly, with someone that they trust. Number two, accountants. It's funny, the people that handle money have enough money to give you for your service. Isn't that crazy? Help with taxes, financial planning is always going to be in demand. But accountants actually need help to stand out. So guess what you're going to do? Your social media service with them is going to build notoriety and their authority within wherever they're at. And what's funny is that accountants aren't usually extroverted people, so you have to watch out for trying to get them out of their shell. But that's the only consideration that you would have to think, right? Just use the numbers that they use on a consistent basis, being like how much money they could save, how much people they've worked with, etc., 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 in order to sell them. Does that make sense? After all of that, all you got to do is just help them craft a personal brand. That's pretty much it. Third is real estate agents. Realtors are probably on top of the totem pole of people that actually need your service more so than anything else, but I wouldn't rank them at the top of the food chain. Reason being is because they rely on visibility in order to sell their homes. And social media lets them showcase the properties that they're trying to sell or the properties that they're trying to help their client buy. If you help them with their visibility and they got a lot of viewership, then they're going to get a lot of business, which is good for you. And their need for exposure is your leverage. Just know that 74% of all real estate agents didn't sell a house last year in the recording of this video, which was in 2025. So just be wary that if you're going to be working with a real estate agent, you could bring all the leads under the sun back to them via content, organic content, or paid ads. But if they're not able to close, they're going to basically look at you and say you're the problem. But what's really the case is that they just suck at sales. And that's kind of like a really crappy situation. So make sure that the real estate agent that you're working with is viable and they're actually good at sales. Number 4, luxury brands. High-end products like designer watches or cars or anything like travel experiences need a polished product, a polished video in order to actually get more clients through the door. a social media marketing agency, whether it be on the ad side or the organic content side, gives them the edge that other in their industry don't do overall. Because you literally go to most luxury, like let's say for example, let's say luxury car sellers. Let's say for example, luxury car sellers. They're literally not going to be posting any social media more often than not. And if they do, they're probably photos of the cars that they're actually trying to sell. And if you could just come in and be like, hey, I'm trying to make some content for you and this, that, and whatever, and set up a retainer contract, more often than not, they'll probably say yes. Same thing with designer watches, same thing with designer jewelry and whatnot. Just know that these clients are kind of a bit harder to sell if you don't already have notoriety or the clout to let people know that you've been doing this for a while, but they do have the budget to pay, which is awesome. And last but not least, fitness influencers. This is actually a booming niche right now. This is probably because it's one of the most saturated markets out there, but there's so many terrible examples of it, right? So you literally have people just going out and trying to make content and based of them doing a supinated bicep curl. If you don't know what that is, search that up, for the 400th time, and it's just not interesting at all. For example, most of bodybuilding is actually really boring. It's like nutrition and focusing on the muscles that are most important to you to make yourself look pretty. You know what I'm saying? You, as a social media marketing agency, is supposed to go in there and make them look cool. Make whatever it is that they do look cool. The amount of digital products that can be developed is astounding. Just think about it. They are literally selling their physique to other people online. So they always need good content, which means more work for you. However, here's what worked for me. Figuring out my focus, specifically talking about the clients that I wanted to work with, wasn't easy and it wasn't instant. I tested a bunch of different industries, being real estate, luxury goods, fitness influencers, and saw what performed well and adapted. So here's a few tips to help you find your best industry for you. Number one, out of any of the 5 industries, I don't care, look in your existing network of the people who are currently operating in those industries. For me, it happened to be real estate, right? I just happen to know a lot of real estate agents, which led me to my first real estate agent, which was a friend of my brother's via warm outreach. And then from there, it just kind of trickled up into more real estate agents coming into my pipeline. Number 2, you gotta test campaigns. Run small paid ads on Facebook, being meta ads, right? And see where you get the best results based on the videos that you make per industry. So I would first offer, once you got a little bit of cash, just go to different businesses within these 5 different industries that I told you about, being service-based, real estate, or whatever, fitness influencers, whatever you decide, and give them videos for free, and then run some ads for their pages, just so it's a win-win. So you're always testing, and they actually get the viewership that they need or the clients that come through the door. Number 3, consider your interests. If you're into working out, if you're into the bodybuilding world, if you like Chris Bumstead as much as you love your mom, do that. Go find IFBB pros and go film them. They're always going to need it. Same thing with luxury goods. Same thing with real estate agents if you love houses. Same thing with service-based businesses if you have a connection to those specific trades like plumbers, etc. You always want to be doing something that you absolutely love so you never get burnt out. And last but not least, but most important, evaluate their budgets. Just do a little market research, figure out how much each of those clients get paid per transaction, and if they can even figure out if they can even afford it, right? So if you go to real estate, for example, in California, where a lot of my clients are, for every transaction that they get, for every close, they get $30,000. And if you're a social media marketing agency and your contracts start at $3,000, you can basically pitch to them that I'm only taking 10% of your commission in order to help you develop your personal brand and get more leads through the door. And the same thing goes for if you happen to find a market that's actually booming, let's say tech or AI or anything like that, you also want to make a jump on that too. So if they're constantly growing exponentially, then it'd be a pretty good indication to find people within that niche in order to help out with your social media efforts. And if any of those 5 industries are not necessarily industries you want to be working with, especially with creating videos for, then I would just listen to industry leaders. They're literally talking about their industry all the freaking time on podcasts, and they're literally going to do their due diligence in order to give you the information so that way they can provide value. It's really simple, because it's not just about finding more and more clients. It's finding the clients that align with your skills and your goals based upon what you know within that industry. It takes a little bit of research, but once you do it, you're going to thank me later. So you just learned about the industries that I think work best for social media marketing agencies. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe, because I put videos out like this every single week and you don't want to miss them. And if you're a local business that needs more clients through the door, using content on social media on autopilot, click a link below and we can set up an appointment. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.